All right, so brand new brand on the channel, brand new brand. But this is going to be a brand that I don't think I've talked about when it comes to their cases. Now, if you've seen one of their MagSafe accessories that I absolutely adore, I love one of their tripod MagSafe accessories, kickstand. It just does all the things when it comes to MagSafe, all right? But now, let's take a look at Moft Snap case, the Movis Snap, and their frame case. Now, you guys know when it comes to me, I am not a person who likes the vegan leather type silicone feel material, but I gotta say, man, the Moth might be my favorite so far when it comes to that material. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now, we do have two different versions. We have the Moft Movas Snap that we have right here when it comes to these two. This one, I'll put it up on the screen. This is gonna be, they actually collab with an artist. I can't think of the name of it. I'll make sure I throw it on the screen, but it's basically gonna give you the same characteristics that the regular Movas Snap does, except it has a nice little fancy design here on the back. So we're gonna talk about that. And this is gonna be their all new frame case. This is gonna mimic something like your Phone Rebel Flex, your Aramid Illumu case is gonna give you those open sides to grip, but you still have that protection on the corners. So first things first, let's go ahead and talk about this frame case and we'll come back to the others. Let me put these on it. Well, let's put them right here and we'll come back to, I got stuff all over the dang on place. We'll come back to there real quick. So let's just do the gray because I feel like this looks a little better when it comes to the silver 17 Pro Max. So this is going to be the Moft frame case, all right? Very nice case. I actually found myself using this for a few days. You guys know I love cases that allows you to keep the sides open and really give you a nice grip and feel when you're talking about holding it. So the back is going to be that vegan leather, soft, silicone type material. That's what the actual back is going to be made out of, all right? You're going to get a subtle Moft branding, all right? Right here, I don't mind that. It's out of the way, isn't black or different colored or anything like that. It's kind of subtle and out of the way, and that I really can appreciate. Open camera plateau, as you can see right here. This is going to be, plastic on the edges, so if that's your thing. On the sides, this is kind of a design thing. In my opinion, I wish they would have just kept this the same color. I'm not sure if I like the color breakup on the actual corners, but it's there if you choose so. And as you can see it on the bottom as well. Talking about the bottom, you're going to get your cutouts there. On the inside, soft, very nice soft material. Not really felt. I guess it kind of is. It's different, but I like the way that feels. All right. Designed by Moth. You're going to get your MagSafe here. And just like I said, it's going to be one of those thin type of frame cases, that, companies offer. And that's what Moth has going on. That's what they decided to name it. Dropping it down on the scale. Well, let me go ahead and get it back. Let me get it going on. It's acting crazy. All right, scale. Don't do this to me right now. I'm trying to get these cases going. Dropping it on the scale. 33 grams just with the frame case alone. Now, let me go ahead and pop it up there on the, yep, 33 grams. All right. Let's go ahead and grab the 17 Pro Max. Let's snap it on. All right, nice little snap. Nothing too ridiculous. Popping it down on the scale, 282 grams with the frame and the 17 Pro Max. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. And this is the way that silver color is going to look. Of course, they have other color. They're going to have this sky blue type color if that's your thing as well, with the orange sides. Very, very different. All right, very different. I think this may be cosmic orange, if in my opinion, but they do have this one with the gray. I feel like this is a little bit more subtle and toned down. But let's go ahead and take a look. Now, late on the tail protection, as you can see, it's going to have those open sides, but on those corners, you're going to get a nice slip that's on the four corners. So dropping it down, it's not going to be hitting that actual display. It is going to be hitting these little four corners, and you should be good to go. Now, drop protection when it comes to these cases, I always say, man, be very careful when you're talking about dropping one of these cases. You just never know. All right, when it comes to these, because those sides are open and you don't get much protection when it comes to these. So just always be careful when running a case like that. These sometimes make me a little bit paranoid, but some people love them and I understand, okay? Flipping it over on the back, when it comes to that camera plateau, your cameras actually seem pretty recessed in there. I think they did a pretty good job getting those camera lens down there with that lip. So they are recessed down up in there. Now, when we're talking about the fit of this case, I mean, popping it on, I'm very impressed. Second snap, third snap, fourth snap. Very nice snaps going all the way around this case. This case fits very good, doesn't move, doesn't pull back from the back too much, has a little bit of pull, but very, very tight in my opinion. This Moft frame fits very, very good. I actually really like the way it fits on the case. Now, feel in the hand, once again, this is going to be that case. It's going to let you feel those naked sides, and I'm here for it. Give me some naked sides up in my hands, all right? They're going to make you feel these naked sides, and it's going to feel really good while holding it, while there still isn't too much that's digging in your hand. If you could maybe smooth this little transition area right here a little bit, but things are still curved. Things are feel smooth in your hand. There's nothing that's going to feel dig in your hand or anything like that. The only thing I can really say is just this right there. If that can kind of be smoothed out ever so slightly, but in my opinion, it doesn't feel bad. And when you're holding it in your hands, you do get a little bit of a lip feeling, and you really underestimate the side drops when it comes to these cases like that. It actually will drop on the side if it's an even ground. If you're talking about hiking up a mountain and trying to drop it, listen, you just be prepared, okay? Be prepared. So that's how it is when it comes to the feel when we're talking about in your hands. Buttons, we don't got to talk about buttons because they're open when it comes to this case. Cutouts on the bottom, your cutouts are just fine. I've used this case for a weekend. You can get bigger head cables up in there, pause, if that's something that you want to do. Let's go ahead and get this MagSafe and dropping it on MagSafe. Now, Moft, the one thing that I have to say that you might want to improve on is make these magnets a little stronger. Now, do I require the strongest magnet these days when it comes to a case? I don't require the strongest, but this, in my opinion, is a little bit on the weaker side where it doesn't even try to move this base. Now, Moff, you may be new watching my channel if you're watching this video. Normally, when you pick this base up, that means you got some pretty solid magnets. Now, I'm not saying that you can't pick the base up. You have the weakest magnets, but I can feel that pull, and I just don't feel it there when it comes to the magnets. You can kind of feel it right there a little bit, but would like to see some stronger magnets when it comes to your cases. And I have the same gripe when it comes to the Movis Snap as well. Putting the battery pack up there, just like I stated, I mean, you can kind of flail it around. It'll come falling off pretty easy. And when it comes to your wallet, if you put a wallet up here, I mean, this is not bad, actually. The grip on the wallet actually does pretty good. Maybe this strength would be fine for somebody. Uh, I just want it a little bit stronger. I would like to see the MagSafe strength get just a tad bit stronger, in my opinion. But when it comes to this, pretty good. I think if you want to use a MagSafe wallet, I think you'll be pretty good. It's just, you can tell that that strength is just not there as you would expect it to be. So this is going to be the Moth frame. I really like this case. And I'm not sure how I like the two-tone breakup right here. If that's your thing, I like for it to just be this color all the way around. I think that'll be a lot cleaner. And the only other complaint that I have is just make the MagSafe a little bit stronger. In my opinion, I think the frame is a very good case. This is going to compare with the Flex. This is going to compare with the Airmed Illumu. Different cases like that where you're getting that minimal style protection. You'll see these cases again with some of my favorite minimal style cases, and these are definitely going to be up on that list. So this is going to be the frame case, and let me go ahead and pop the other one on just so you can get a gist of this color. If this is what you want to use, if you like a blue with the orange, then they can give you this colorway as well if that's your thing. So this is going to be the other colorway that they have to offer. Not sure if they make other ones up there. I'll let you know in the little pop-up if they make other colors. But yeah, this is going to be the Moft frame case. Now let's go ahead and move to the Movis Snap. Now this is the case that I had first. The frames came about last week or so, but the Movis Snap is case that I've had for a few weeks now, almost maybe a month or two. And I've grown to really like this case, like really like it. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be that same type of vegan leather, soft, silicone-y type material, okay? That's what this is going to be. Smell, you don't really got a smell. It smells real synthetic, all right? It doesn't really give you that much of a smell, but I love this blue color that this case comes in. Now, when it comes to the buttons, you are gonna have metallic buttons. You're gonna have like kind of aluminum buttons, are a little sharp, all right? Moth, round these out on the sides ever so slightly, and we'll be good to go. Camera control, as you can see right there, that color matches the case. Love that little design. While we're right here, nice soft lining on the inside, designed by Moth, and it says pad, what it says, pad recess. Yeah, there it is. Volume up and down, action control, action buttons, very metallic. All right, it gives you that nice little metallic sheen. Just would like for these to be a little bit more smooth on the edges, a little bit rough in my opinion. Flip it over in the back, cam plateau, which is going to be plastic, and you're going to get your cutouts down below. Let's go ahead and grab the scale, see how much it weighs real quick. Let's go ahead and pop it on the scale. And dropping this bad boy down on the scale, we are looking at 37 grams. Now, grabbing the 17 Pro Max, popping it up in here, nice snug little pap, little two pop. Dropping it down on the scale now, 286 grams, 17 Pro Max paired with the Moft Movas Snap. So this is basically how it's going to look, okay? Love this blue color when it comes to this. Just absolutely love it, in my opinion. Looks very good, especially with the silver. I think this looks good. The gray looks good too as well. And definitely they have that too. They have this gray and they have this one as well where they did their artist collab. Very clean color. All these are exact same cases, but we're going to feature on this blue version right here. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, lay on the table protection with rocking a tempered glass screen protector. It does have a little lip that goes all the way around it. So sitting it down, you'll definitely be good to go. It's not going to slam down on the actual case, the phone itself. So you're good to go when you're talking about that little lip that goes all the way around. Now, let's go ahead and talk about camera plateau and the coverage down there. Standard, nothing to write home about. This is going to be your standard protection when it comes to your camera lens. Now, holding it in your hand and the fit, listen, yo, the fit of this case, this is one of the cases where the fit is too tight to take off. Like, I don't complain about cases being too tight, but this fit, nothing pulls anywhere. Like, nothing pulls anywhere, even by the buttons, you get a little pull, but you got to really pull. This is probably one of the tightest fitting cases so far for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I mean, this is, excuse the language, this case fits tight as hell, okay? Just fits super tight when it comes to this, and that I can always appreciate. Now, getting it off, you got to fight. We're not even about to do the snap. I mean, there's that corner. There's that second corner. Third, fourth. Nice snaps on all four corners. Extreme tight fitting case. I know there are a lot of you who complain, say the case is too tight. You got to fight to get it off. Listen, put your boxing gloves on because you got to fight to get this case off as well, all right? But that's going to be it when it comes to the fit. An extremely tight fitting case. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how does it feel in your hand. Now, if there's another thing that I can change about Moft cases, and I know you probably can't change it because that's the characteristics of the material, but it is a little bit slippery while you're holding it in your hand. It doesn't give you anything kind of to hold on to. It is this material, once your hands could potentially get a little sweaty, things do get a little bit more slippery when we were talking about holding it. Now, is it like a wet bar of soap? No, it's not that bad, but it is a little bit more slippery. You do kind of have to be mindful of running a case like that versus a case that has dedicated grips on the side. You kind of just got to be mindful of what's going on when you're talking about holding this case. So you definitely can feel it, but in all, I don't feel like the case provides that much heft. I feel like it's like a standard size case, not too minimal, not too bulky. I feel like it lies somewhere just basically right in the middle. Now, buttons. Let's go ahead and talk about these buttons. They're not interchangeable, but they are metallic. Action, nice and tactile. Nice and tactile, volume up and down. Power, nice and tactile power. Now, I will say, when I first got this case, these buttons were very stiff. I do think when it comes to these vegan leather style cases, you got to break those buttons in over time. And I've used this case quite a bit, and they have broken in pretty good to where they are pretty tactile, in my opinion, when you're talking about pressing them. Camera control, very clean camera control button, and it works just fine. Very good camera control button. No issues at all when it comes to it. The swipes and performance, double taps, all of it's there. It works just good in my opinion. So nice, clean camera control. Now, just like I stated about the frame case, when it comes to the MagSafe magnets, I would like to see the same thing. Just not really giving me that pull, not really picking this up at all. Just would like to see those magnets improve just a little bit when it comes to this case. Just in the Max, the battery pack in the wallet, you're going to get the same performance when you're talking about your MagSafe. But overall, man, I love with Moft, even with some of the issues that I've stated, even with it being a little bit slippery, even with the MagSafe magnets being a little bit more weak, and honestly, they work fine on my car mount. In my car, work just fine. And if you can pass that test, then your magnets are fine, in my opinion. But I still would like to see these a little bit stronger. I like this case. Like, this case could potentially be in my top 10. That's how much I really have been enjoying the Moft case. And I know they have been out for years. And I've always seen them, never ordered it, never pulled the trigger. But Moft finally reached out to me. He was like, yo, we want to check out some of our cases. And I was like, yeah, I'm impressed. I really do like this case simply because it's simplistic. and it still gets the job done. Nice metallic buttons, nice and clicky, nice colors if you want to swap around the colors and do that. They also have a nice red color. One of my friends came over and they actually stole it, but she loves the case as well. So really love when it comes to do with the Moft Movas Snap. Just like I stated, they have a few other colors as well. I really like this one and the design that they have when they have made this collaboration. That feels really good when you're talking about holding it. And they have kind of a darker gray version right here. And the frame case, all right? If you want something a little bit more minimal, gives you that same feeling, but also gives you that satisfaction of being able to hold your phone on the sides. That's exactly what the frame has going on. But you already know, man, links to these will be down below. Now, I think by the time I post this video, hopefully I'll have me a discount code that I can share with you guys. And if I do, I'll make sure to pop it on the screen or pop it in the description area and the comment area so you can get a little bit off when it comes to these. Now, of course, you're probably gonna have to go to Moft's website directly because I think if you get these from Amazon, all of the colors and things are available. But go down below, check them out. I think with Moft, man, you will be very impressed with what they have going on with their case lineup.